look here, y'all. Back in the day, I absolutely loved a TLC show. Oh, girl, let me tell you something. I would be on TLC wearing it out. Down from, 600-pound life. I'd be on there watching 4 weddings. I would be on there watching Honey Boo. I would be on there watching everything. I used to be on there watching everything. Now, y'all know Honey Boo Boo has been like, they have their scandals. They come every 4 years, give us a good scandal, disappear. Come again in another 4 years, give us a good scandal, disappear. Now we have approached another 4 years, and it's time for them to give us another scandal. So the scandal that we're dealing with now for Honey Boo Boo is actually with Miss Boo Boo herself. Girl, this girl is on live sounding like every black woman that has stayed at the grocery store asking, do you want some food stamp? She's doing the black voice, and I'm looking at her like, woo, in the hell is that? Because we watched her grow up. We watched her grow up as a country girl, not a country black girl.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna actually start talking like this. Okay, I'm gonna talk like this every day. Okay, cause y'all think I'm so ghetto. I'm finna show y'all from ghetto. I'm gay. Because baby, I don't know what you talking about over there. But baby, let me tell you, on this side, we good on this side, baby. We good on this side, baby. Let me tell you that. Let me tell you like that, boo. We good on this side, boo.
She's acting the fool, the mess, and I'm looking at her like, ain't no damn. I'm like, ain't no damn way. I was like, girl, somebody need to knock her accent back in her damn mouth. Like, girl, I was so disgusted, like, because, like I said, it's always a good scandal with them every other 4 years, but for this to be the scandal that we have to deal with now is crazy. Just before I got on this live, you guys, I was scrolling on Twitter and just going around and making sure that I had all my tea and making sure I had all my, all my ducks in a row. And girl, I see the most funniest situation ever, and I don't want to misquote anybody. I'm scrolling on Twitter and I get the key of all time. So Mariah the scientist, she randomly tweets, me, where's my husband? And Young Miami retweets that, and she says, I'm trying to figure out what that means. And it means, Young Miami, anybody could have did what you did. Now, I love Young Miami, but Young Miami is not the strong in anything she does. She's not the strongest girl in rapping. She's not the strongest girl in acting. She's not the strongest girl in anything she does. So I feel like anybody could come and snatch a deal from Young Miami. But for Mariah the scientist to be saying this is kind of crazy, because what can Mariah the scientist do at all? I feel like Young Miami give, 50% of everything she can to everything, whether it's acting, rapping, interviewing, dancing. I feel like Young Miami give the best she can. But I've never seen Mariah the scientist blow me out of the pond with anything, let alone the waters, the ocean, So for Mariah, we talking about she could have did this when she can't even get in the studio and sing right when they auto-tune her voice. It's crazy. So Mariah tried. I live for Young Miami. Young Miami she will not be getting an Oscar. But for Mariah to be the one to step forward and try to throw a little shade, that was crazy. Because Mariah, I feel like you should go to vocal training. If we're playing the I feel like, I got a couple I feel like you should stop touring so much and you can't sing. I feel like I'm gonna stop before I get canceled. Okay, that's what I feel like. But what did y'all think about it? I was like, girl, Mariah, you tried it. It was a good key, but like, Mariah, you tried it. So then Mariah gets on live and she says, why is it always a problem when I tweet stuff? It's not a problem when you tweet stuff, girl. You get on Twitter and act a fool. You get on Twitter and say the dumbest, craziest, idiotic stuff ever. It's so disgusting to me how Megan has took the time and the process to disappear from the public, let things die down, let her heal. She had been to the gym. Evidently, she in the studio. She's been away. Megan has been away. She's been doing the things. She's been growing. She's been elevating. And she's been gone for a long time. She hasn't posted since like October. Here comes March. And out of nowhere, when Megan comes out, we have people coming out trying to, take her light, dim her light again. Now, this person in particular is Mr. Tory Lanez himself. Now, y'all know he done switched lawyers 50 million times. This lawyer can't help him. Oh, I'm firing this lawyer because this lawyer can't get me out. You shot somebody. There's nobody you're going to be able to hire that's going to be able to get you out. As soon as Megan's out playing around, girl, Tory Lanez pops out to talk about I want to appeal the case. How long is he gonna be appealing this case? I thought he appealed the case back in January. He appeal that nigga back and send his ass, I don't know, under the jail. Not even to jail, under the jail. He needs to sit under the jail and let the inmates walk around on him. Because what the hell is wrong with him? It gave very much you and your people, you and your team been sitting around waiting like, okay, let's see whenever she comes back out, let's appeal. Because what took so long for the appeal? Literally, he got sentenced, when was it? Like January? He got sentenced January, and then he fired his lawyer, got another lawyer. They was finna do an appeal, then appeal gets paused. So what has he been doing? You mean to tell me he just been in there eating bologna sandwiches, just waiting around, saying, oh, I don't know when this bitch coming back, but when she do, I'm finna do an appeal. Like, he been sitting around waiting, exactly, just plotting. Like, girl, what have you been doing? Like, what have you been sitting there doing? What has he been sitting there doing? It's a key. It's not funny, but it is a key. Like I said, I feel like Megan's not gonna fully want to be out and playing and just be out on the scene if she still has to share the shade room with posts about this nigga. I don't feel like she ain't really into that. I feel like she waited around till things died off, things got quiet, things died down. We wasn't hearing much about Tory Lanez, and then she popped back out the plane, and now here you go, boom. Literally a Jack in the Box, then pop the fuck out of nowhere. I can't even gather my thoughts. I can't even put my sentences together right now to talk to y'all about this, because when I was sat down and watching Tamika's video a day or two ago, my mouth hit the floor. Tamika said in the video, actually, baby, it's more than $30,000. I was saying that because that's the first number I could think of, and I wanted to be nice in front of all these cameras. And my mouth hit the floor. Then she goes on to say that she's been getting threatening text messages from random numbers saying the same thing that Latocha and Mr. Rocky been saying to her. They've been threatening her, saying that, and I guess they copy and paste the same messages and send them off a text now number, then act like it's not them. So then she goes farther to say that years ago she shot a tape. She shot a tape with a male, and she gave it to her sister, like, girl, keep this. I know you got a Pandora's box over there, girl. Put it in your Pandora's box, lock that box up. Then she said she went back, it's not funny, but she said she went back to, watch the tape because she was looking lovely, sexy, and fine. And her sister talking about some, she don't know where the tape at. Oh, who got the tape? She said, well, only me and my husband, which is AKA Rocky, have, the pen, they have the box key. Or number, whatever it is, pin, whatever. So Tamika's like, well, you and your husband did it, or which one did it? So now all of a sudden, after that happened years ago of her asking for this tape years ago, now it's randomly coming out, oh, if you don't do this, oh, if you don't apologize, if you don't recount statements, the tape is going to be Rocky and Miss Latoya needs her ass beat. Both of them. They need to line up and get their ass beat. Now, before I get up on this live today, I randomly go see I see on social media that this heifer is sitting up on live crying and boo-hooing and what are you crying about? You've done this grand old press tour saying that you ain't did this and you ain't did that, and you snotting up crying on live. And then let me tell you what gets me. What gets me is this heifer. This bitch has a gospel album coming out. But then she's snobbing and crying all on live, talking about her and her husband is in an open marriage. Well, who wants to hear a gospel album from a bitch in an open marriage? I wants to know that. Can somebody get down in the comments and please inform me if you gonna tune into the shit? Because I have no desire. I'm not playing it on my title. I'm not putting it on my Spotify. I'm damn sure not running over to Apple Music to get it. I'm not going to listen to it at all.
I'm very much aware of the allegations that are happening about him. I see everything. As a wife, you see everything. But with our relationship, some people keep the fact that they have an open relationship quiet. They want to keep it private. But we have that.
You're digging yourself a bigger hole. You need to come out. You sitting here telling all this unnecessary bullshit to try to deficiate and change the topic that you stole over $30,000. You stole over $30,000 from your family. And then you're getting on live and you're sobbing and you're saying this and saying that and boo-hooing and woe is me and I can't believe and whoop-whoop-boom and doop-doop doing to hopefully think you can throw something in and distract from the actual topic. Y'all have done it every week. Every week, you and your husband try to do that shit. Y'all been doing it every week. Last week, you and your husband was on this big ass press run. He on Tasha K, which is the messiest bitch on YouTube. If you do an interview with Tasha K, anything you said is automatically, no, send that bitch to jail. Like, if you go on Tasha K to defend yourself, send that bitch to jail. Automatically. If you go on Tasha K platform to defend anything, send that nigga to jail immediately. So he on Tasha K talking about some Candy husband Todd is sucking off a transgender. What does that have to do with anything? What does that have to do with anything? Did you see that in the crossfire of stealing the $30,000? Like, what does that have to do with the $30,000? If Todd was doing anything, which is, I don't believe it, what does that have to do with anything? I was speechless. I had never been so gagged. I'm like, what does that have to do with anything? Okay, Ann. It gave very much okay, Ann. And her sitting on live, her deflecting, her talking about she talked about every single situation other than what actually needed to be talked about. And then also, get me in the mindset of this. Maybe this is just how I think, but she wasn't thinking like this. The girls, SWV and Escape, they say this show was shot almost a year ago, and it's only 6 episodes. It's only a 6-episode show, which means they didn't film for too long. Over the last 9 or 10 months, while the show is being edited, produced, whatever it is, pitched to whatever is going on, I would have been trying to fix situations behind the scenes. I know this show is coming out on Bravo in 6 months. I'm gonna be calling my sister, figuring out my sister do it. I'm gonna be trying to do something. So when this show does come out, we can stand together and be like, yes, look at this mess. But baby, we're together now. But you want to shoot a show a year ago, sit around and be a bitch for a year. And then when the show comes out and everybody on social media is dragging you, now you want to start crying. Oh, no. I was so disgusted. Like, I was literally so disgusted. Her crying on social media is not believable, and I hope her sister takes that bitch to court. Every single week, her husband tries this shit. Literally, they've come up with some type of PR to get things situated. Last week, they were doing interviews, going from platform to platform, from platform to platform, from platform, trying to defend themselves and call everybody else a liar. Whoop, that doesn't work. Whoop, it gets them dragged even more. So now it's time to start all over this week and start crying. No, bitch, I don't give a fuck about them tears.